Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Narlo here. Say hello to everyone, Narlo. Good boy. We are here at Frost Bluff, just outside the town of Winterholm, and it is the Yuletide celebration again, of course. One of my favorites. I guess I will say my probably is my favorite of all the different game celebrations and holidays and all that kind of stuff. Just if for no other reason because I love Christmas, but for no other reason the fact that I can finish. Oh, excuse me. Go over there and talk to Holly Sandheaver or whatever her name is. Get the wrapper, and I can finish off 10 quests in about 30 minutes and knock it out for the day. Kind of like what we can do with the Haunted Burrow as well. It's a great thing. The only thing that makes it not perfect is there is no fishing. And if it was just fishing, it'd be the perfect holiday. And they should get it too. There's a frozen lake down there, They ought to do ice fishing because, everyone likes a good ice hole. Alrighty, so we are going to leave here just to let y'all know this is going on, and we are going to head back to Rohan, where we are going to go and see if we can talk to Eowyn in Dunharrow and learn about what's going on in West Gondor. So we are going to go and take care of that now. Thank you very much. Alrighty, a map ride to, where were we? Helm's Deep. We mapped to Helm's Deep and a couple of stable rides later, and here we are in Underharrow, down here. Just a little ways down from the Entwide, back behind Edoras. Y'all know where we are here. We've been here once or twice back whenever we were moving through the various parts of Middle Earth and trying to figure out what we were doing and where we were doing it. Let's get our lantern turned on. Okay, good. Now, let's see if we can find the road that leads out of here. Because that part I'm not sure about. I think maybe we should have turned left at Albuquerque. Is that the way that we get back around from behind here? Okay, it looks like there's a road. There's the path. All right, Underharrow. I knew it had to be somewhere. That it has been a while. Yeah, that's where the forge master, not forge master, the blacksmith and all is, isn't it? I think so. I think there was a blacksmith over there that we had to run some quests for. It has been a while. It's been a long time since we were down in these parts. Let's head on up, though, on this chilly December morn and see if we can get on up in the hill. Yep, here's the field where all the Rohirrim have come to muster and get ready for their ride to Gondor. Not going to be the ride that we're going to take, however. They will be riding on their own for this trip. We will be heading along a different path, as it were. I do believe that we shall be. Now, we just got to find which one of these it is. Do we go straight on through? Nope, we turn left there. Alright. That we can do? Yep, and there's the climbing path that goes up into the mountains. Past all the Pukelmen. Which I understand you can actually get. You can get one of these as a large yard decoration for your house. Okay. I imagine you'd have something fairly unique because I can't imagine too many people wanting one, but I mean, over there in the Thorin's Gate housing, the dwarf housing, that might actually fit in fairly well. It's about the only one that I can think that might fit in. About the only place where it might fit in, but one of these might actually fit in over there. Alright, come on up. Let's get up into the mountains here. Apparently we need to speak with Eowyn. She has sent us the summons to come to West Gondor. It actually happened when we were in our 90s, I believe, is when we got the introduction to West Gondor quest popping up. But of course, we had a lot of stuff to catch up with. Oh, look at all that. We've come a long ways, I tell you. I do like that fact that in this game, that if you can look at it, you can see it. It's like, oh, you know, I was just down there. Just down there. Minecraft is that way. Grand Theft Auto Online, GTA Online is that way. It's always wonderful. The whole impression that you can be in your penthouse or be flying over the land in a jet or something and look down and say, you know, my friend's down there. I can see his name, you know. It really adds to the feeling. I remember back. That's one thing whenever I was playing EverQuest back in the day. We would be in South Corona, and we would be hunting gnolls outside of Split Paw. Split Paw was the name of the dungeon. Now it's called Diseased Paw, or the last time I paid any attention to EverQuest, it was called Diseased Paw. Because they upgraded it from like a levels 20, 30 dungeon up to like a level 60, 70 dungeon or something along those lines. So, but yeah, he was a bit higher level than us, and he'd be down there hunting. He'd be down there hunting wabbits. He'd be down there hunting the whole. Do we have to turn back here? Can we turn it to that milestone? Yep, there we go. We missed the turn at Albuquerque. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to cut across the yard. Ah, there she is. I wonder why we couldn't get there. There was the turn. Alrighty. Rohirrim Defender. We're missing all the turns today. We really are. We're having a hard time hitting these little roads and drives and all. Eowyn, you are looking quite stunning there in your outfit. Let me turn my lamp off so it's not putting you in such of a glare. Looking quite stunning there in armor. You truly are. All right, let's talk to you. Let's look at the history of it first. Eowyn can be found in Dunharrow. You should speak to her upon your arrival. You have been summoned by Lady Eowyn. All right, so we just got the summons. That's all there was. Let's talk to her about it now. Introduction, West Gondor.
Our mission is dire.
Well, Narlo, and well, Hellwire. No. Alrighty. Let's get with it now. Hail, Narlo, and well met. We have much to speak of. Alright. I was wondering about the whole, I think I said in one of the last episodes, if I haven't explained it, about the whole, why are we still getting, equipment experience? Why are we still getting legendary item experience on a lot of these quests? And Trotter reminded me that we've still got bridles to level up and stuff like that. I had totally forgotten the bridles had not been put into the new system, if they ever will be.
I am glad you have come with such haste, for these troubles weigh heavily upon me.
Book 1, Chapter 1, Volume 4, The Muster of the Rohirrim. Narlo, I am glad you have come with such haste, for these troubles weigh heavily upon me, and I do not know how they may be o'erthrown. It is my uncle's choice to ride to Minas Tirith, and therefore satisfied the vows of his forefathers. But why should he not ride for Gondor with every sword he can command, either by oath or love? It is folly to allow proven warriors to bend in my uncle's course. Let it be doomed by their absence. And yet, in the early hours, Aragorn and his kinsmen departed Dunharrow for the paths of the dead. He spoke of need, but I can see no need on that road, save that of a yawning tomb that hopes to be filled. The dead men of Dunharrow do not suffer the living to pass. Several of the men saw him go, and spoke words of despair. Find these men and set their minds aright if you can, and when you return, do the same for me, Narlo. I do not think you can, but I must wear a brave face for the men, and will not give in to sorrow for their sake. Alright, quest level 95. And some good coffee. I haven't had a cup of coffee since about 3 o'clock yesterday, so it's nice to get a little caffeine in my system after 12 hours. And that may be why I'm stumbling over my words so much. Talk to Darloff at the Southeast Road, talk to Boza at the Eastern Campfire, and talk to Sidrak by the Encampment Supplier. All right, well, we were just at the Encampment Supplier. There's the Relic Master, the Vault Keeper, the Forge Keeper. That's Sidrak, Healer. All right, we know where all the people are to talk to. So let's talk to some of them. Sidrak, tell me about yourself. My name is Sidrak, and I am a man of the Westfold. I have long served Erkenbrand, and have ridden with him on many campaigns. I rejoice that the Erlingus will soon ride for Gondor, but I expected more soldiers to arrive by now. It is true. What did you see at Edoras? 2 days past I was at Edoras for the weapon take as Theoden King commanded. Some few men had already arrived when a great winged shadow flew over Edoras and swooped low upon the very roof of Meduseld. The bravest men I have ever known were frozen in fear at the sound of its terrible call. The shadow departed after that, but Gandalf knew it was not safe to gather at Edoras, and he counseled us to hurry at once to Dunharrow. It is not safe. What can you tell me about Gondor? I have only been to Gondor once, when I was very young, but the memory remains very strong within me to this day. My father took a cart with some trade goods along the Great West Road into Anorion, but on this occasion he allowed me and my brothers to come along. I remember standing at a parapet in the White City, listening to the banners snapping in the wind. I always expected to see Minas Tirith again, but it never happened. Now it seems I will see the White City once again after all. But in war.
The grim Northerners departed Dunharrow at first light.
And did not stay to explain the course. I would think them cowardly had I not seen the road they took, south along the Dimholt Road. That way lies death. You explained that Aragorn had his reasons for taking such a road, but Sidrak waves away your words. I do not doubt he had reasons, friend, but it is clear his loyalty is not to Theoden King. We will have need of every man if we were to ride to Minas Tirith as my king commands, and I see we are cheated of a powerful fighting force by Aragorn's choice. I count the chances of our success against the enemy less and less with each sword he takes with him into the mountains. I saw the winged beast over Edoras. I know what dangers we face. All right, let's talk to Boza, and let's talk to Darloff. All right, I see a ring on the map, so that looks like that may be Boza. Over here, there's another ring showing up. There's Darloff. Boza will be over there. Take a left, I would suppose. Hello, Darloff. Where are you from, Darloff? I doubt you have ever been there, friend, but I thank you for the chance to think for a moment of home. My family lives in a small village to the east and north of here, a journey of many miles. Floodwind it is called. If they have any claim to remembrance, it would be Errol's Hallow, which is nearby. For me, it will always be my home and hearth. Pleasant. Tell me about the Dwemerberg. I would sooner tell you of it than go there myself, save at the king's command. It is called the Haunted Mountain, and it is said that dead men of ancient times live there still, crying out for vengeance upon those who still draw the breath of the living. None can pass that way. A dead man could walk the pass beneath the mountain and come out into the moonlight of the Blackroot Vale in Gondor, but it is said only by fools and braggarts, and not by honest folk. Dangerous. What do you know about Gondor? I know that Theoden King plans to gather many thousands of sword and spear, and then ride for Minas Tirith in satisfaction of ancient bonds of loyalty and friendship. Our two kingdoms have long been allies since the days of Eorl, and we shall stand together against our enemies. I'm afraid that is the extent of my knowledge. I have never traveled in Gondor. Until now.
This road leads to the Dwemerberg. Why would anyone go to that haunted mountain?
Or tread the paths beneath it. That is not bravery. Only folly can lead my feet there. He assured Darloff that Aragorn considers his reasons for braving that road sufficient, but the soldier shakes his head. I hope he is not wrong, Narlo. It seems a great shame to allow a skilled warrior to disappear in such a place when we could use his talents elsewhere, at other battles. Alright, continue quest. Shakes his head, but his mood is improved. Alright, and one final one over here. And then we will go back to talk to Eowyn once more. Oh, come on, people. I think these roads easier to find. Boza? Are you getting horse sick? Where are you from, Boza? I am Boza, and I make my home in Edoras. I have been in the service of Theoden King for many years, summer and winter alike. I have worn this armor proudly for all that time, but never so proudly as at the Battle of the Hornburg, where I stood at the side of my countrymen in defense of the keep. And afterward I rode throughout the mark, bearing the king's summons for the weapon's take. It was on my return that I received this injury, and now the king has decided I am not well enough to ride with him to Gondor. I am sorry. Did you take an arrow to the knee? Was it an arrow to the knee, perhaps? What can you tell me about Eowyn? She is her brother's match in her love for Rohan and in her skill at arms, but Éomer is permitted to ride in this war, and she is not. She has my sympathies, for with this injury I too have been cast aside by those I wish only to protect. It is not easy. Are you going to be all right? These injuries make it difficult to ride a horse. Oh, one of those injuries, eh? I made it to the rest of the way only through the careful guidance and measured gait of my steed, and could not hope to fight at the end of the journey. This makes me merely a burden on the ride to Gondor, but a tremendous weakness in the line upon our arrival. My presence would harm the king more than my absence. My body will heal in time, but it is my mind that will hurt longest if I cannot fight my king when he goes forth from Gondor. That is wise. All right, talk to Boza at the Eastern Campfire. We just did talk to Boza at the Eastern Campfire. Oh, we didn't talk about that, did
Men
we?
are still arriving at Dunharrow from all corners of the mark.
But I do not think it would be enough. I rode forth from the Hornburg as my king commanded, and most hamlets and villages responded to his call with clear voices and proud hearts. But this day I see few of those who spoke the loudest. On my return from Forlaw and Wildemore, I was beset by an orc raiding party. The injuries I sustained will keep me from riding in my king's train, to my frustration and disappointment. Swords and spears need men to wield them, and that resource is in short supply. I say men, but the blood of Theoden King's niece Eowyn burns for Rohan, and she would fight bravely for the kingdom, were it permitted. Alas, it is not so, and so the both of us will be kept from doing what we desire, for I am a man injured, and she a woman unwounded. Unhappy fortunes. Indeed. Dissatisfied that his injury will keep him from war. Indeed, indeed. It was, as we say, a novel of its time. Let us just remember that. Ooh, someone just came up. That is red wine.
It was just a game. I did not think he would go inside.
Oh, dear. Guess we know where our first approach to Dunharrow, to the Pass of the Dead, is going to be.
Fortune. A child may have followed Aragorn into the paths of the dead.
We are plagued with ill fortune, Narlo. An encampment of this size is bound to attract the attention of children and others who live near. That much I expected. But did not expect even children to act in such a reckless, foolhardy fashion. This boy tells me one of his friends, Elfdag, may have followed Aragorn into the paths of the dead. I thought it the mere boast of a child, but none have seen Elfdag today. I dispatched a number of men to find him, but they too have not returned. Elfdag is the grandson of Elfhelm, Narlo. We cannot have him lost in this fashion. Talk to Radwine in the camp at Dunharrow. Ah, dear.
Troubles follow us like a storm cloud. I did not mean for it to go so far.
We watched the men ride into the mountain in the morning, and then Elfdag challenged me to follow them, and I did the same to him, and before you could say Helm Hammerhand, we were right up to the dark door. I returned to the camp after that, and I thought he followed at my heels, but now he is gone, and no one has seen him.
If I bring you to the entrance, will you enter the mountain and search for Elfdag?
You are a hero, are you not? I overheard some of the men speaking of your deeds, and by their account you seem an accomplished adventurer. If I bring you to the entrance, will you enter the mountain and search for Elfdag? I will not follow you in, I promise. Let us know if you are ready, and I will bring you to the place. If you have a fellowship of like-minded adventurers, bring them along too. I dare say there will be a place for them all as well.
All right, talk to him, and he will bring you to Dunharrow and the paths of the dead. Before we do that, we are going to change our thing here from... Oh, it is. All right, return to Underharrow. Okay, we'd already changed it down to Underharrow. I think there was a milestone here at Dunharrow, and we will make sure that we get that taken care of as well. Okay, folks, as we said, the Yule Fest is in full swing. Get out there and enjoy it. Get your tokens and anything else that you want, that you have need of here on this great Yule Fest celebration. And when we come back next time, we will be traveling our first steps into the paths of the dead. After a lost child, not what I thought we would be going into, but we're still getting there. So we'll see you next time. Thank you for coming along. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.